Split Fiction, because Zeke and I have both played it, but there's also news around it. Already doing, I think, 2 million. It sold 1 million units in the first 48 hours, and in a week it sold 2 million units. So obviously it's doing quite well, and for good reason. Cody, do you have any? Are you good at? Did you ever play It Takes Two?
Nope.
Okay. Do you have any interest in checking out Split Fiction?
I may at some point.
Okay. Yeah.
If we cannot spoil it, that'd be great.
Yeah. I'll show. I'll put footage up on the screen from the very beginning of the game. Cool. I will go as far as to say though, like I can't speak for Zeke, but this will probably show back up on Game of the Year list. Like it's that good. And they're not doing anything like revolutionary. It's them just iterating kind of on the same process that they have done in their past games. But this one seems like the perfect refinement and distillation of like that core Haze Light experience of co-op that you want. And man, it is just fucking awesome. Like it's just fantastic from start to finish. And I couldn't even tell you what genre it is, except a co-op genre, because there really is like
I think it's co-op action, right?
It's action.
I would guess there's like every type of game in it though. Like it literally changes every
co-op
10
action
minutes.
Adventure.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you feel adventurous the entire time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Boom.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, that's a great point. Someone in my chat says that the game was so good that JP and the partner didn't troll each other by the end. Yeah. We started out and we were like, oh, we're going to troll you. We're going to like, by the end, we were so respectful of the game that we didn't want to just cause each other to die. We were just like, no, come on. You got to obviously do this, do that correct. And then that thing happens. And then it culminates in the perfect way at the end of the game to where Jaw was like, I didn't have anything to say. I was kind of speechless at the end of it. In all the best ways possible. So, Zeke, I'll pull up some footage of it here from your playthrough in the very early game. But yeah, any thoughts on Split Fiction?
Dude, I just echo everything you said. It's the thing that I really, really liked about this. Like much more so because it does at times, it feels like It Takes Two, because you're doing split screen co-op, you're doing stuff together, you're trying to accomplish goals together, but this just improves on it in every way. And it also is, as my wife said, you're not following around a couple on the verge of divorce, which is a bummer, dude. Like the whole game's kind of a bummer. This one has different stakes, and they're not like super depressing stakes like the whole way through. Like It Takes Two is like, are they gonna stay together? Are they gonna get divorced? Like, let's just have some wizards and dragons and shit, and let's have some sci-fi techno awesomeness over here. Yeah. Let's swap back and forth between these things and have a great time. And like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Let's do that. Now, bearing that in mind, like there are definitely plot points and emotional moments and yada yada yada, of course. But it's you kind of let that go because you have to, because the stakes of the game itself are right in front of you. Like you are jumping from, like you're watching right now, you're jumping from metal beam to metal beam and shit like that, and you fall off and you can die and stuff like that. So those are the stakes that are important. And then the story beats happen in between those moments. And it's really, really great how they just like It Takes Two, how they incorporated all the stuff that you have to work together on. You have to figure out together. You have to you do this, I'll do this. We'll meet in the middle. We'll figure out how to get this gate opener, what have you. And it's very satisfying when you actually get you figure out how to do a puzzle together. Mm-hmm. And it takes communication too. It's beneficial for you to have vocal communication during playing this. I don't know, like it would be difficult if you're playing it the first time without having a voice chat going.
You have to have it. Yeah.
It's, I would think.
especially for you could probably get through the beginning-ish of the game, but for some of that later stuff, it's you have to have communication. And I wouldn't even say you is like a baseline. I would say you have to have good communication, because there's certain things where if you communicate incorrectly or not fast enough, you can't progress through a lot of it. Like it requires some pretty good teamwork. And it also requires things where it's like the entire time that I'm doing it, I'm like, how the fuck are these people this smart? Like how do you conceive of what we're doing as a gameplay element? Because there's so many things that I'm just like, all right, that's genius, or that's so cool, or oh man, I love this. That's such an interesting aspect that they put in that I would have just never have thought about in my wildest dreams. And I've never seen some of this stuff in other games. I've seen different aspects of it in different, like very slight bits of it, but the full package, I've never seen this type of stuff before. Someone made the comment when I had finished, someone made the comment that this game couldn't exist without the 30 years of games before it. And I was like, yeah, I agree with that statement. Like they really do just borrow from everything. And that's why I think it's better than It Takes Two, because with It Takes Two, I felt like some stuff overstayed its welcome, to where you were in the same area or you were doing the same thing for like a little bit too long. With this one, nothing overstays its welcome. In fact, most of the time we would move on too fast and I'd be like, no, I want to do more. That was so fun. I want to do more of that. And then it's just a completely brand new thing.
That was one of the weirdest things to comprehend for me, was like these huge, wonderfully detailed, like awesome set pieces.
Yes.
And you like fly by them in like a couple of minutes. And you're like, they made an entire fucking sky castle. I made up an example, but like,
yeah.
They made an entire fucking sky castle and we see it in the background. And it's just like, okay, and we're past it. And they made the whole thing. Like some artist sweated over that thing forever. And it's just like, bye. We just swing past it on a vine or something, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of
crazy.
Where the amount of just crazy shit that they throw in there that's on screen for like a split second. And you're like, man, that must have taken someone days, weeks to labor over. And we saw it for like a second. And that's everywhere. There's so many references in the game to different pop culture, to different other games, media. There's
Easter eggs.
There's Easter eggs. There's voice lines. There's like every achievement is a massive Easter egg in terms of what the achievement name is. Like it's just all over the place. You could tell that you talk a lot about passion in gamings and in games, and when you can tell that people have like a passion for what they're making, it just oozes out of this game. Every second of it. It really does. So.
And the funny thing is, with the premise of the game, it doesn't feel pandery, because the main characters are writers.
Yes.
So you're like, okay, they're drawing from their lives, and it's kind of hard to take yourself out of your writing. So you're like, if you're a fan of, let's say, Princess Bride, which isn't in this, but say if you're a fan of Princess Bride and you see like a Princess Bride reference, you're like, oh, it's because she loves that movie and she found a way to put it in her fiction or whatever.
Right.
You know, I kind of like that idea of it, because it would feel pandery otherwise. You know, like it does in some games where it's like, oh, you're not giving a nod to this game. It's out of place, but whatever. But in this one, you're like, okay, I'll give it a pass for that. You know?
Right. And the other, by the way, or Zeke, this thing right here, for some reason, was the only thing that gave me trouble in the entire game. I don't know if it was like the jumping lock on, if it was my controller, but I did that like 10 times before I got through it. And it's the stupidest thing.
The up and downies?
Yeah. And there's no difficult, it's so simple. You just literally press A and walk forward. And it took me like 10 times and I was very pissed off about it. I don't know why it gave me so much pause. It was, I was like double jumping or something. I don't know. It was weird.
There were definitely a couple times where I was trying to do shit the hard way And Katie was like, why don't you just jump on the wall and then jump over there? Because I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
That's why. Because it's right in front of my face and it's a big wall that says jump here. I'm not falling for that.
Right. Yeah. It was probably just simple misunderstanding on my part, but it was really, it was really absurd when it came to that. So,
but the other thing that it creates awesome moments, especially because you can see the other person's screen and you're like, babe, turn right. No. How are you not seeing this? It's right there. It's the big shiny thing. No, you went past it again. Like the cloud. No, not the cloud. It's in the tree. Which tree? That tree. You're looking at the tree. The tree you're looking at right now. Oh, that thing. Yes.
Yeah.
That thing.
I don't know if it was the same for you, but there was definitely a lot of like cheating off my neighbor's paper, where I would just like look over on the other screen to see how they got past something and be like, I got it. Okay. I figured that out on my own.
Oh, yeah. That's what you meant. So you look clever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, I totally understand what's going on. I didn't have to look at your screen. I just know. I just get it.
Yeah.
One thing that definitely bears mentioning, and I think it bears mentioning every time a game does this, is only one person has to own the game. Even if you're playing from, it's not just couch co-op. Like you can there's a friend pass thing or guest pass, excuse me.
Yep.
Guest pass that is becoming hopefully more and more commonplace, where you download a smaller version of the game and you can just play. Like the game itself is it's fucking huge. It's like 80, 90 gigabytes or something like that.
I think so. Yeah. Let's see.
Maybe 70 something, but it's big. But the guest pass version of the game is like 3.8 gigabytes.
Yeah. It's 88
so the
gigs.
other person, 88. There you go. Yeah. Jesus. So the guest pass version is like the person goes to the Steam page, just gets the free version for 3.8 gigabytes, and then you can play with each other. And there's no I will say though, we did start playing from my Steam to the PS5. And there was some lag. There was definitely some lag issues.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Steam to Steam, nothing, zero lag.
Okay.
But like Steam to PS5, there was a little bit but the fact that they do cross-platform is still pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. It was wild on, is it? Oh, I don't know if it's happening on yours. Let me skip ahead to like gameplay. Does it? Well, at least what I was trying to reference was, I was using an Xbox controller. The person I was playing with was using a PlayStation, and it was wild seeing like press circle and press X, or sorry, press A or press B, like the different controller iconography on the screen. I'd never seen that before, and it kind of threw me for a loop when it first happened. But it's cool that exists.
Those double levers or whatever. He's like, come up and press A, and you press X. And it's like, because they're on because she was on a PlayStation controller. Exactly what happened. Yeah.
It was really cool with that. Full thing's voice acted. There's, I don't think, any unvoice acted stuff.
Shit, Draka, you're right. Sorry.
What's that?
I said it was 3.8 for the guest pass version, but that was Midnight Murder Club. I don't know how much it is. How many gigs
I think it's probably like 81 still. Yeah, it's probably still the same size of the full game for this. Yeah, full thing's voice acted. I think, is it 20? What's it cost base? Oh, it's $50 for the base, but you only need to buy it once, like Zeke was saying. I don't think there's anything else. Just, you should probably play this game. Hardest part about that, obviously, is you got to have someone else to play it with. And I think that's where a lot of folk are disinterested in it, because you have to have another person to play with. You can't solo your way through this. I mean, I guess you could technically if you have like a PlayStation and a PC and you use both controllers, but there's no fun in that. That takes away the entirety of the game. So,
yeah, I don't know. Do you remember there being difficulty settings? Because I don't know how you could.
No, there's not.
Finish the game with one person, two controllers, without being like, super dexterous with your hands and feet, possibly.
Yeah, there's probably like a GDQ run where like one person will finish this.
Yeah. You're right. There will be,
some
one
sort
person,
of
two
thing
character
for that.
runs.
Yeah. So
If Miss Mika doesn't do a controller for one character and dance pad for another, I don't even know why she streams.
Yeah.
I agree.
Fair enough.
I agree. Yeah, put that out there in the world. We need to see that playthrough. Although I think they already did a
probably already done
sponsored
it,
stream
yeah.
of it. So maybe she can't do another playthrough. Yeah.
And something I wanted to mention is being that this is a co-op only game, they're very, very kind and generous with the checkpoints.
Yes.
The checkpoints within the game and the checkpoints even within certain battles. Like there's definitely like checkpoints throughout. So like if you're of like vastly different skill levels, you can still probably get through it with enough tries.
Yeah, I would say so. Someone in my chat just pointed out, Hallelbin said they have a Discord for the game, like an official Discord, and it has a section to find partners to play with. I didn't know that. So that's
cool.
Yeah, if you're looking, because there's no matchmaking or anything in the game, but if you're looking for people, maybe go check out their Discord. Might be a good way to jump into it. So, story, we covered a little bit of it. It has its touching moments for sure, but at the end of the day, it's not groundbreaking or anything. It's just a fun story to dive into. Yeah. You're really diving into it for the gameplay aspect. So
yeah,
definitely check it out.
You're absolutely right. There's not a ton of subtlety, subtext, that kind of stuff. There's some stuff that you can mysteries, little mysteries here and there to figure out, like, oh, why does she not want to talk about this, or why blah blah blah, blah. There's a little bit here and there, and I will say it's a simple story, but it's not ham-fisted, meaning like they're not trying to beat you over the head with anything. It's like a simple story can still be a fun story to listen to. It doesn't have to have these grandiose like twists and turns and that kind of stuff. It's a pretty straightforward story, but it's a good story.
Yes. Yep. Cool. That's Split Fiction. Co, you should play it.